Ready when you are. Welcome the Gremlins. Got some Gremlins on this today. Welcome. It is ChewTheFat. I am Daps.
I'm Soups.
We are in the same room. I'm just green with envy. St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day for the update.
Of course we planned it.
We did.
Of course we planned it.
It's not a coincidence.
Happy Friday, people. Hope everyone's had a good week. Mm-hmm. You had a good week?
Do you know what? It's been an all right week. It's been a productive one. It's been eventful, but it's been okay. It's been okay.
Overlay in the corner.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'll sort that out.
Don't watch the technicals, people. So, yeah, this week's been a mad week for me, but mad stressful with work. Mad stressful, busy. No, we'll talk about that once we have our guests in. Now, our guest this week is a returning guest, the first returning guest on the show. We said 2 weeks ago we were going to have him back. I don't know if you believe me because I was being waved. But true to our word and true to his word, he is back. It is ArmChair Gaffers' very own Continental Jess.
Welcome along.
Guys, what's up?
Morning.
Thank you for having me back.
Good morning.
Morning? Obviously, you guys know I just woke up from one of my daddy power naps, so I might look and sound a bit rough, but I'm up for this.
I like the way you call it a daddy power nap, you know.
It's the only way to justify it, because otherwise you just sound lazy.
You know what? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 100. You know what? Whoever came up with the word power nap for them, though, they're not powerful. They're weak.
It's extremely misleading.
Yeah.
I feel like there's an optimal time limit of nap that you should have.
Maybe.
That makes
like
it a power
2
nap.
minutes is a power nap.
2 minutes,
more than that.
2 minutes would be worthless. But I reckon half an hour, 20 minutes.
I think about 8 hours.
8 hours?
Yeah. You know the worst thing? The worst thing is a power nap when you've got a heater on.
Oh, no.
That happens in India. I fall asleep with the Dyson on and I wake up and I go in the house so angry, bruv.
Have you ever fallen asleep in the cinema?
Yep.
And it's not that warm in there though. It's like cold.
Depends. You have to have a jacket over you or something.
Yeah.
Sorry guys. When you guys if you nap at 5 in the evening and you wake up let's say around 7, is your whole evening ruined or can you get back to sleep?
I'll let you answer first.
I never fall asleep at 5 in the evening. Okay. Actually, yes, I do. Nah, that's calm. That's calm.
Yeah,
that's calm.
That's what I was talking about. The optimal setting. So I think a little 2 hours.
But actually, if I fall asleep any time during the day while my missus is awake, that sleep is approximately 30 seconds long before I get woke up. Like, what are you doing? And I'm like,
how dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you fall asleep?
How dare you recharge your batteries? How very dare you recharge your batteries?
Hold tight, all the wives.
Yeah,
that's right.
But good to have you back on. We're going to start off with where we left off last time, because we kind of left off with a question. And in fact, no, before we get into that, firstly, for people that haven't watched the first episode, go and watch it. For the second episode, for those that haven't watched it, introduce yourself.
My name is Jess, aka Continental Jess. 1 quarter of the ArmChair Gaffer quartet. If you haven't heard of ArmChair Gaffers, it's fine because you must live underneath a rock or something like that. Football podcast. We're out every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday morning, 9:30 sharp, where we discuss Premier League football, European football, and random things loosely related to football.
And you have little competitions.
We have competitions, which I mainly win, and that's not because I make the competitions. just because I'm just doing it. We've actually got a poll out at the moment on YouTube. You guys should vote on who everyone thinks the smartest gaffer is.
The smartest gaffer?
Yeah, have you not seen this?
Nah, not yet. I need to get involved in that.
Yeah, there's actually a poll running at the moment for people. It's on Twitter and it's on YouTube, and everyone has to vote on who they believe is the smartest gaffer. And at the moment,
I'd say you or Scorcher for me.
Soups, what would you say?
Dan.
You'd say Dan. Okay. Well, if you want to find out the results, you've got to tune in next week.
Lovely. And you mentioned that you're on at like 9:30 sharp and stuff like that. Who's the one who causes the issues with timekeeping? Who's the problem? Or is everyone?
It's not you. I know it's not you already from last time.
You know what? Unfortunately, there is no one that causes a problem.
That's good, you know.
That is good.
That's very good.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately, that's good.
Because I like a good moan, you know, and I can't moan about this.
Do you know what? If you asked us the same question, there'd only be one answer. And who would you guess is the problem?
Wait, can you see what I'm pointing? I'm pointing at Daps.
You're right. You're absolutely no, you're not. You're wrong.
Completely wrong, bruv. I'm the most punctual. Usually, I'm the most punctual guy. These lot have pulled me. Soups, Hold Tight Mario, all of my circle have made me worse than I used to be. But I am, because I'm kind of like, I just predict they're all going to be late, so I'm late now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
but,
I'm actually with timekeeping. I think I'm the best, and I have to travel the furthest for us to record. So I can't afford to slip up.
No, that's a very good mentality to have, and I endeavor to have a mentality like that. Like I really want to be on time, but it's just I don't know. Yeah.
The other day I was sat outside his house in my car, and I took a picture, and I sent it to one of my other friends and said, "Do you know, in my lifetime, how many times I have seen this vision? Just sat in my car, staring at his front door, waiting, and you're one of these guys like Iris." Who turns the light off like you're coming out, and then still 15 minutes later.
Is Soups one of those guys you've got a message and say, "Yo, I'm outside," and these times you haven't even left yet. Literally, you're still getting dressed.
Normal, all the time.
The thing is, like, because there will be the odd occasion, like maybe one in 20 times where I'll actually be on point. I'll be on time, and I'll come straight outside. And yeah, he's not there yet.
Now I disagree with you, because those times usually you're outside when I pull up and I'm shocked, but then you'll come over and go, "I was just having a fag. I need to go and get my stuff." It's like, okay, cool.
Oh, well, you know, like I said, endeavor to be ready. But yeah, let's pick up where we left off the last interview, last question, last ChewTheFat, and have a look at this, Jess.
So there's one more question for Jess, yeah. And I've been hounded about it, so it must be very important. Would you be able to answer this question?
Question for Jess: from the whole AC Gaffers thing, when you finish, what would you class as a success? First of all, I like what you guys do. There's a lot of work that goes into your show. That's what I want to say first and foremost. Like things like that, like inserting clips. We don't do that on our side, and I've got to rate that a lot. I rate that immensely. So that's very good, guys. Well done, well done.
Appreciate it. We appreciate it. Like, obviously,
can you see the grin?
Yeah,
I'm like,
I remember on the last show we touched on the fact that we kind of started at the same time, and we all kind of like looked to each other to see, oh, you know, what are they doing? Oh, you know, that's a really good idea. Let's do that. They're doing that. Let's do that. And it's just a good opportunity to like kind of like collaborate or kind of like share ideas and just all grow together, I guess.
But I actually think watching that back, and then since then watching your shows, you actually downplayed yourself as well, because there's a lot of stuff that you lot do that other channels don't do.
Yeah, massively.
Your vibe's different as well. Your vibe is very, very, very different. Like I've like there's ArmChair Gaffers, right? And Sorry, not Armchair Gaffers. There's Filthy Fellas, and I love what Filthy Fellas do, but I can't take it too seriously anymore. I'm a fan. I watch it, and I'll repeatedly watch it. But if you're not going to watch that to get any sort of up-to-date football knowledge.
It's entertainment.
It's entertainment. It is, and it's entertaining.
Yeah.
But you lot have got that. You know when it's just, you can tell it's just a group of friends vibing and talking about football.
There just happens to be a camera there, just
That's how you lot are.
documenting it.
Yeah, I mean, because I think we get compared to Filthy quite a lot, and I think it's only because of Scorcher's presence.
100%.
But aside from that, we're not even in the same space, to be honest with you.
You're not at all. 100% agree with you. I think you're in quite a unique space because of your knowledge of Europe.
Yeah.
And the first time
Continental.
Exactly.
First time Scorcher was on Filthy Fellas, that's what I picked up on.
Well, you said the first time. He's been on it years ago.
Oh, really? I didn't even
Yes,
watch.
you're talking about the first recent time, about maybe 6 months ago, maybe.
Yeah. It's kind of like changed, like members and stuff like
and
that.
They introduced him talking about his knowledge of the Bundesliga.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was actually there. That day. I wasn't on camera, but I was there, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that kind of made me, obviously from Daniel speaking about it as well, made me watch Armchair Gaffers, and then it was just a knowledge. However, I want to move on to talking about Europe shortly, but firstly, you need to answer the question.
You do, and I'm gonna derail this again one more time. I'm so sorry. Before we get into that question. So in our comments, we've got this question for you, Jess.
I did go Bedfordshire Uni.
What?
Just where you went uni Bedfordshire together? Not journalism, no. I did sports therapy and rehabilitation.
What? Were you at Luton or Bedford?
I was in Luton.
Wow. How long ago?
2009 I started.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't about. Oh wow, I'm from Bedford still. So
that person added me on Instagram today, actually.
Yeah, was that Southern Scouser?
Yeah.
He's hold tight Southern Scouser, hold tight Tiago's father. I was going to say son. He's going to have a Liverpool channel on our channel. Hopefully.
I'm just going to follow him back because I need to know who this is.
Good group of lads.
Good group of people.
We do our due diligence, and we don't let any riffraff in.
So back to the question.
Well, what would you obviously?
Oh, this guy.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Cool. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
The question, was it Ty that asked it last week?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So when this is all over, what will I class as a success? And the thing is, I actually answered it on the night, but no one heard what I said.
I know. I was just dismissing it. I was like, no. We'll wait till next time. Okay, we'll wait.
You didn't want to come on again, did you?
Me?
That's why you tried to answer it. You were like, no, I'm not coming back to answer it. I'm going to answer it now.
Not at all. No. So I'm going to stop beating around the bush. So I know I spoke to you, Daps, about like the whole 5-year plan and whatnot, yeah? And you might assume that this is like a 5-year project, but for me, Armchair if you knew, part of the reason why Armchair Gaffers is so different to other podcasts is that the whole concept of Armchair Gaffers was never to be a podcast in the first place.
Okay.
Understand? So I can't. It's long to go into detail on what the initial, but that's part of the reason why we're so different. And another reason is that I actually don't. Well, not until recently watch any podcast or take anything in. I'm not influenced by what's happening out there. Maybe more so now because I look at what else is going on. But at the end, for Armchair Gaffers to be a success, for me, there can't be an end.
I almost think you definitely didn't say all of that last time. I might have been able to say all of that.
No, I summarized it.
I love that. I love that you say
Nice.
you didn't watch pods, because I did, but not football.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of UFC and boxing podcasts. And when I actually got all this done and turned into be able to do this, the plan was to do music, UFC, boxing. And it was only when Ty came to me about the football thing, and I was like, yeah, all right then. I like football. We can talk about football. The 5-year plan it seems so long. If I didn't enjoy doing this, I wouldn't do it. But I think the fact it's about football, why would we put a 5-year plan and say after 5 years, if it's not successful, I'm done?
Because the truth is, in 5 years, armchair gaffers or no armchair gaffers, I'll still be with my pals talking about football. So, you know what I mean?
Exactly that. And there's a certain thing about podcasts at the moment where I think with yourselves and with ourselves, we'll remember we started this during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people will remember how for a season and a half, a lot of the football debates weren't happening at grounds. They weren't happening in pubs. They were happening on screens.
Yeah.
I actually this week who I'm on there on Sunday, and he's disabled, can't leave the house. He's been shielding, and so he started doing podcasting just to communicate with other people. And I think there's a lot of people that can relate to that this has been a lot of people's therapy during times. So yeah, now Continental Jess. I wanted to, actually, Arsenal fan Continental Jess. Let's do this in a timeline. Firstly, I know you don't like Arsenal fans. However, are you going to
or Arsenal?
Or yeah.
Or Arsenal, although you support them. But are you going to turn? Actually, you need to check out Extra Time from last week. We had a younger one called Northside London.
Yeah, we follow him on Instagram. I saw the thing. Yeah.
Arsenal fans call him negative, right? But everything he's saying is factual. And that was what stood out to me. I went on a podcast with him, and the way he was talking about Arsenal, I think he's Marmite, right?
He is. I think it's because he's a very realistic fan, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I know he wants the best for Arsenal. And sometimes the truth hurts.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've got to be cool to be kind. And because he's got no filter with what he says, he just wants Arsenal to be performing back to the glory days,
which I think you can relate with.
Yeah, it turns up like certain fans off who want to compete with other rival fans and stuff like that.
However, this week you've had quite a good week, right?
We've had quite a good while, I think. We beat Leicester.
Yeah.
I think we beat Olympiacos before.
And actually beating Leicester after what's happened since you beat Leicester and the form Leicester have been in since you beat Leicester makes it more impressive.
Yeah, but that Leicester game, I was two of my favourite players are Maddison and Barnes, and when they weren't in the team, I knew right away that Arsenal had a chance. Then they beat Tottenham, lost to Olympiacos. I mean, it's been okay, but Arsenal just too inconsistent to really be taken seriously.
However, I'm setting you up here. I'm doing the Pippin. Compared to the other team in North London, you've had a good week, right? Yeah,
I mean, we're still in Europe. Tottenham had an upturn in form because, like, one thing that when we got ArmChair Gaffers together, we were very keen on it not being like a supporter podcast. Yeah. So like I make sure I enjoy football as a whole anyway. Obviously, I want Arsenal to win every single game they play, but aside from that, I like football as a whole.
Yeah.
And I realized that Tottenham had a slight upturn in form, and I thought that Mourinho finally turned the corner. Yeah, because I watched a few episodes of the documentary on Amazon, and I've bought into the whole Mourinho thing as a not as an Arsenal fan, just as a football enjoyer. I bought into Mourinho, and then I thought that he's actually turned the corner. Bale's turned up. Son's playing like a supporting role, taking kind of the pressure off Son a little bit, and Kane scoring goals. I'm like, yeah.
Son was still battling back a lot.
Yeah.
He was becoming less of the main role, but exactly as you said, he was still there.
Exactly. And so I was like, okay, Tottenham turned the corner. And then the Arsenal game, they were nowhere to be seen until the last like 10, 20 minutes.
When they went as well.
Yeah. And then last night, I didn't even see it, but I've heard the result, and I've seen the fallout from it. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, was it just a false alarm, these last few results they've had, like prior to the North London derby? So I'm not sure about them.
You know what? If I'm being perfectly honest, because I'm the same as you. I went on 3. Do you ever watch 3 midfield? You should. I think 3 midfield massively suit you. Hold tight, Kojo. It's a football podcast, been going for a while, called 3 midfield, and it's for me to go on and talk football. It's probably my favourite podcast. Quite knowledgeable.
Yeah.
3 midfield.
3, the figure 3.
Yeah, figure 3 midfield. And they're really Kojo himself. He's a football coach. He's Man United, but he's a real Man United fan. He's not hates Marshall.
Okay, proper fan.
But I went on there the other week, and it was just when they were hitting that form. They'd had a few good games, and I made the joke about Bale, saying that golf courses were due to open soon and Bale's form would dip again. I was joking. I was trying to do some clickbait.
Yeah.
But they asked me, am I worried for the Carabao Cup? And I said, if I'm being honest, of course I am. It's a one-off game. Tottenham have lumped us out of the Champions League before. Jose has now started to find form. Bale's found form. Yes, I'm worried. And I said, but I want to see how they perform against Arsenal. If they perform against Arsenal, I'm truly worried. You know what it is with them? Their DNA is just fucking shining through. They're like big games. They're just flopping. Like it's their DNA. I've been a defender of Tottenham for so many years against all my friends that are Arsenal fans, but this last week has just shown their DNA is shining through. They're just, even with Jose, who's a serial winner, Bale, who's been at Real Madrid winning things.
Yeah, I was watching your other show that came on right before this one.
Yeah.
Oh, the Views from the Skywalk.
Views from the Skywalk.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Levy out talk.
Yeah.
And earlier on today, randomly just thinking about loads of different things, and I thought about Tottenham, and I said to myself, is Levy the problem? But I'm not saying Levy out. But it's just weird that I thought that earlier on in the day, and then I've seen since then other people saying it. I'm just asking the question: is Levy the problem? I don't know.
I've been saying for a few since I watched the Amazon thing. I spoke about it on a few pods now. On the Amazon documentary, there's this one point where, and it went a bit viral, where Rose went in to have a meeting with Mourinho, and he said to Mourinho, I'm going to speak to Danny about this. And at that point, I was thinking, hold on, how is a player telling his manager, I'm going to go over your head and speak to one of the chairman and
the chairman,
club? That's a bit weird. Like, and I kind of got a vibe from the documentary a little bit that it was quite a lot about Daniel Levy, not about Tottenham. Yeah. However, when I was very young, I've seen chairmen come in and fuck up clubs, like Swales at City making it all about, not Swales, sorry, Francis Lee at City making it all about him. Levy's done a lot of good things for Tottenham. Let's be very clear. He is a shrewd businessman.
But do you think he's got a bit too much control? Do you think he's got a bit too much to say in the dealings of
and ultimately he's being a shrewd businessman. He's not. He's not doing the same as the Glazers or maybe the what's it called at Arsenal.
The Conques.
Yeah. But
Stunning
he kind of
gosh.
is. He's still just being a shrewd businessman, right?
Yeah, I've got a question. Yeah, everyone keeps saying that if Harry Kane is ambitious, he needs to leave Spurs and whatnot. Yeah, and that Spurs is not good for Harry Kane. However, what if Harry Kane is not good for Spurs? I know he scores a shitload of goals, but what if he's stifling them? Because I've got a friend of mine, United fan. Again, he loves football like myself. And me and him, when I was driving back from work today, had a long chat about Spurs and Harry Kane. And neither of us are Tottenham fans. And his style of play, like he said to me, just Kane would score loads of goals at Tottenham because he's playing for a big club who create multiple chances in a game. It's not like he's a United fan. It's not like when Lukaku was at United and Lukaku was having like 1 or 2 chances a game and missing it, and then you highlight it. At Spurs, Kane has a good few chances, 5, 6 plus chances in the game. So you don't have a highlight reel of all his misses, because all that matters is that in those 5 or 6 chances, he's going to score at least 1, more often than not 2. But he's a volume player. I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago, I saw a stat, and it was no more than 2/3 through the season, and Kane had like over 100 shots on goal. And I'm being modest here. I think it was more like 230 shots on goal. It's like when the ball gets to Kane, his first thought is, okay, cool, am I in shooting range? And for him, shooting range is anywhere within about 40 yards at any angle.
Yeah.
So that's what he's going to do. So I'm thinking, if Tottenham want to play ball, maybe Kane needs to not be there.
Jess, this is so true. You literally played the Uno reverse card, that's flipped it on him.
You know what? It's mad though, because as a City fan, we saw on Tuesday night, Tuesday night when Aguero came off and said they're not passing to me.
Yeah.
He did say it. But sometimes players don't suit formations.
Formation system, stuff like
Sometimes systems are built around players. Sometimes players stay at clubs for that reason. And maybe they're a little bit worried about going elsewhere. And if they get found out. I mean, the debate about Haaland at the moment, where Haaland goes that suits his style of play. Like, I think you might have a point with Kane.
But there is a comment there, because he has become more of a provider. Like, man, like...
Deep. And Rooney got criticised for that. But he's dropping deep all of a sudden.
Lukaku tried it. Because of the style of play that Man United have, we don't create enough chances for our strikers. So Lukaku was dropping deep, but he just didn't have the
technical ability. Kane is one of... If you watch Kane, he's not very athletic, but what he lacks athleticism, he makes up for in technical ability. He is super technical, like on a whole nother level. It's the same with Rooney as well. So those kind of players can drop in. But Lukaku is not the first name that comes to mind when you think of any kind of technical attributes. Yeah.
So I've got another. So going off what you just said, when Kane was dropping deep for England, and then Sterling was taking Kane's place, which is mental because Sterling's technical ability and
decision making is,
when he's through on goal,
chaos.
Don't get me started. It didn't work for England. However, for Tottenham, when Kane was dropping deep,
Son was
stepping up. So has Son been carrying Kane?
Oh.
All right, Daps. All right.
I think he's been... there's a position in the pitch I call a facilitator. Yeah, like it's not any one position. It's not a defender. It's not a midfielder. It's not a forward. It can be anywhere, but that player facilitates a certain system. Yep. Like for example, Virgil van Dijk at Liverpool, because he's so quick across the ground, airy dominant. He facilitates that system, that high line that they play. So Son is kind of facilitating Harry Kane, anything that he wants to do, because Son will kind of drop a little bit deeper and then like win the ball back from a counter, play to Kane and then bomb past him. And Kane's hold-up play is second to none. Kane can hold it up here and then clip it through to Son. He can latch onto it, run at 102 miles an hour with composure and slot it in. So Son, is he carrying him? I don't know, but is he facilitating him? Big yes.
Do you know what? My mind just gone because the analogy you've used, like the example you've used, has just helped. And obviously, like we're all good people and stuff, like, but you have just rationalized the usefulness of people like Henderson and Firmino to me.
I'm a big fan of Henderson.
No, why have you done that?
Do you know what? I hate Liverpool because I hate them, right? However, I am a big fan of Henderson deep down.
See,
I'm not a big fan of Firmino.
Hendo,
I'm not going to have
Hendo.
That,
I obviously, as a Man United fan, I hate Hendo.
Mm-hmm.
I hate all Liverpool.
It's hard to admit that you like.
It's hard to admit. And then Firmino now, what you've just done is just rationalised the whole thing. Like
I'm not having Firmino. I'm still not. Listen, I will scream.
You're still saying Firmino.
I am saying Firmino. Gabriel Jesus is better than Firmino. For me.
Whoa! No, he's not. I'm just going to disagree. I'm going to disagree. I'm not going to be like, oh, no, just no.
Gabriel Jesus' press game is insane. We press best when Gabriel Jesus starts. Now, his running off the ball is absolutely insane. He creates absolute mayhem. The one thing I would say with him, he's not good through the middle. He's best out wide. He is not good through the middle at all.
Do you know Gabriel Jesus won an award recently? You know that, right?
What did he win?
He won the world's best average player.
I don't think, right, I will say, the hype that came with his name, I do not believe. However, his running and the mayhem he causes, when he plays, we score a lot of goals. When he doesn't, we win 1 or 2-0.
When he does that no look, but sort of look tackle where he backs into people.
That one. That's extremely dangerous, you know.
He's done it again, that stinky. He's done it again.
But the whole Kane thing, we can flip to see how James is gonna love Thiago's father's gonna love you even more. Now you screamed. No, we're not talking Marshall. I don't want to talk Marshall anymore. I don't want to talk Marshall anymore. Please,
I tried.
Let Marshall do what he's doing.
I tried.
I don't want to talk about Marshall anymore. We were talking about Kane at Tottenham, and it's quite interesting because it makes me think about Aguero. How good is Aguero? And how good would Aguero be at a different club? The number of chances he got at City.
That's the thing. Like, Aguero, when he first came to the City, oh, by the way, funny story, years and years ago, this was years ago, like before Aguero went to City just got all that money, and me and one of my good friends were talking, he's a United fan, and we were watching Sky Sports News, and the reporter was outside the Etihad Stadium, if it was called that then, I think it might have been. And then they were asking fans.
Eastlands, wasn't it? Is it?
Main Road. Yeah, no, it was
It's called the City of Manchester. Main Road, then City of Manchester Stadium.
City of Manchester Stadium.
Yeah.
So I think it was at City of Manchester Stadium, and what's it called? They were asking fans who they would like to sign, like who they think they've got a chance of getting. And one little kid, can't be more than like 8 years old, was like, "Oh, I think we should get Aguero." And me and my friends started busting up laughing, like, look at them, they think they're going to get Aguero. Laugh out loud. The less said about that, the better. But anyway, back to Aguero. Now, I don't think he makes things happen as much as he used to.
No, he's not. Now, carry on. You carry on.
No, go on.
I had this debate with Jay, who literally has just popped up, who's a big Chelsea fan. Follow him as well. He's a big Chelsea. He's our Chelsea host. This guy, the most confident guy in the world. He's talking about booking flights to Istanbul today. I
don't blame him. I've seen the permutations. I don't blame him one bit.
Do you know what? I actually clocked they're playing triangles under Tuchel as well. I do, but the confidence is mad. I wish I had that. We're going out to Dortmund, but we were speaking about Aguero because of the whole him walking off, saying they're not passing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, of course he's frustrated. He's come into a City team that are playing a different style of football. He's been unfit, COVID, whatever the reason. Maybe we're wrapping him in cotton wool because someone's told us to, because he's being shipped off. Whatever the reason, he hasn't really played all season. He's on 220 grand a week. He is a club legend. I do not want the club to... I don't want it to end bitter, but he does not suit us anymore. He's struggling to get involved. He probably needs to go. Like
on a different note, this is kind of like what's happened with, I don't want to go here, but with Mark Noble and West Ham. They've just outgrown him.
Yeah.
You know, they've got Rice and Suchek. It's the same with City. I know it's a different scale, but City, believe it or not, have kind of outgrown Sergio Aguero.
It sounds mad. And the whole thing is that, like, Jay was like, oh, it's sad though, isn't it? I said, it is sad, but at the same time, it would be amazing if he scores a couple of goals, gets us over the line, we win a couple more trophies, and he goes... The good thing with City is, if you look at all of our legends so far...
Apart from Yaya Toure.
No, still Yaya Toure. He went on a free. Every legend, they let run down your contract and then go to where you want to go on a free. The Yaya thing was a bit mad, but I'm not the biggest Yaya fan, so...
Whoa. Okay.
He's still in my top 5, but he's not...
Because he's lazy. Is that why?
I didn't like his tracking back. His tracking back was awful.
Okay. Well, what about his long bursting runs through the middle of the park?
He
forward, yeah.
Sensational going forward. But
you know, they say that Yaya Toure invented dribbling through the middle of the pitch. Up until he started playing, everyone used to dribble on the sides. And then Yaya came and started dribbling through the middle. Everyone's like, wow, you can do this?
He literally, 1 minute, he would be collapsing on the floor looking like he's dead, right? Then 30 seconds later, he'd get the ball in the middle of our half, stride through a whole team, and then perfectly put the ball in the bottom corner.
Yeah. Through the middle of the pitch. Remember, bearing in mind, let's make it clear, he ran through the middle of the pitch.
That was when we were powerful. Yaya brought us power. It was just... I'm a bigger fan of Fernandinho than I am Yaya. You're
a madman.
Look at James is saying, please put some respect on Yaya's name.
I'm not disrespecting him. He's in my top 5, but I want to rate everything. Fernandinho is everything. Yaya was a game winner. If it wasn't for Yaya, we wouldn't have won the FA Cup and the semi against you lot. But overall, Fernandinho has given us more.
Look at James is saying, look, Jess, we can fall out, you know?
Yeah. Sorry, what's that over? What did I say to make you say that?
Yeah.
Hey, James. Jess was bigging up Liverpool, you know?
Explain yourself, bro. Explain yourself, James. Explain yourself.
But in the meantime,
yeah,
as we've got Continental Jess on, we need to talk to you about the Europa League and the UEFA draw.
Yes. I've only seen bits. I know United got Granada. I think Arsenal got Sparta Prague. That's all I've seen.
Is
what, you haven't seen Champions League?
I've seen the Champions League. Sorry, I thought it was Europa. Sorry,
both.
Oh yeah, on the Europa League.
I want your take because you know a lot about European football. So, what is your take? Let's start with the Champions League. Let's start with the important one before we move on to.
So I put out a tweet earlier. My thoughts on the draw for the Champions League. Mm-hmm. I put out a tweet earlier, and the tweet says, if I can find it, 1 sec. Yeah, I tweeted earlier, the draw for the Champions League quarterfinals is exactly the kind of draw you'd expect for the Champions League quarterfinals.
Yes, because you know what?
Agreed.
Even like the other day, like on Tuesday, I thought there was no football. I thought there was no football on because the matchups that were happening, I didn't care.
Watching Gladbach or something like that.
Yeah. And the thing is, we'd killed off Mönchengladbach in the first leg as well. So City v Mönchengladbach, the only way anyone is going to watch that if it was going
Gladbach were winning or something like that. Yeah,
like 2-0, and we've got a home game. Even if it was Hungary, it doesn't matter.
I didn't care
and then
at all. I didn't care.
Atlanta, who was it? Atlanta Real.
Atlanta Real. You had Lazio, Bayern Munich, and then you had Atletico and Chelsea.
That was the one that was the only one that had a bit of. Last year, Atletico came back from behind and beat Liverpool. Could they do it this year? No.
But
you're right. That's the only game that had a bit of.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it had.
But now the quarterfinals, those matchups.
The matchups
incredible.
They were good. As a City fan, there was probably not much that could be good, really, because we're in the stages where we go out. So
hopefully.
He's so pessimistic. He's so pessimistic. Like he's just like playing it down, like they're not gonna.
No, bruv. We don't have
the minerals
in Europe, and Pep overthinks everything. I do believe he'll probably start Garcia at centre back for some random reason.
Hopefully for City, KDB gets a slight injury that rules him out. Yeah. Because if KDB gets a slight injury, nothing threatening, but it rules him out, that means Gundogan will shine.
Yep.
And if Gundogan shines, you guys are safe.
So right. I was speaking to, again, Jay earlier about the City thing, and I said the one thing actually Pep might have in this game over previous Champions Leagues is he does know the Bundesliga. He does know German teams. So Gundogan knows Germany. You're so right on KDB. We've been speaking about this one. It's a hard call for managers because when you've got a player that can change a game with one pass, you want to play him. But when the team's more fluid with other people, and other people form.
So the reason why I'm saying I need KDB, well, Man City need KDB to get slight injury is because KDB, in my opinion, and results might even back this up, KDB for me stifles Ilkay Gundogan. Because if you look at two things that KDB does very well, and I've said this on my ArmChair Gaffers podcast, is that KDB, he does really good bursting runs through the middle of the pitch, similar to what Yaya used to do, but on a different scale.
Nowhere near as good.
Yeah. And also, he does long raking balls, either from the wide areas or the half spaces, over the top, splitting defenses, like along the ground. And both of those two things, the long bursting runs and those long raking passes, eliminate Gundogan from the game. So that's why there's a correlation between KDB playing and Gundogan not shining. If you look at those games where Gundogan was scoring, I think it was the Tottenham game, or who did you lot beat? And Gundogan missed the penalty and then scored 2.
Tottenham.
It was Tottenham, yeah?
Yeah,
that game, for example, Gundogan was flexing, and that's because KDB wasn't there to hold him back. So for City fans, if KDB gets this,
I've seen that debate for a minute. I've seen that debate for a while about the whole. In fact, Ty was saying it when we played United, and Pep tried to squeeze both of them in.
Yeah, no.
And one of those two shouldn't play. Bernardo Silva, and I've been saying it from the beginning of the season. Bernardo Silva and Foden, one of those two has to be in every team for the energy. If we don't have them, we lack energy. I was just checking. Did you see Gundogan's run in midweek?
I haven't seen football for like about 10 days now, properly, because I've been doing so much. What did he do?
What, dad work or?
Everything.
I hear you.
It's nice to have a rest, though. It's nice to have a break.
Yeah, it is. But Gundogan's run in midweek, it was a Foden ball to him, but his run was it was Haaland-like. It was just violence. Striker, straight. And if De Bruyne's there, he plays differently.
Exactly, because he has to. Because see Gundogan again. That goes back to what I said earlier about being a facilitator. Gundogan knows when he can play a certain way. When KDB's there, he says, "Okay, no problem. I'm gonna do this because Kevin's gonna do that." When Kevin's not there, he's like, "Oh, there's no one doing this. Okay, I'll go and do that." So he's facilitating whatever the team needs. You guys remember? Do You guys ever play Pokemon?
I did, yeah. Back
He
in the
might
day.
have. I didn't.
Do you remember there was that Pokemon called Ditto? He could turn into anybody. That's
Oh, man.
Gundogan, yeah. Like whatever you need him to be is who he's gonna be.
I believe that as well.
Adaptable.
This
That's
season is showing it. This season, and as I say, I look to you on the European thing. Kevin De Bruyne is a very interesting debate at the moment because I see as a captain, he's stroppy as hell. You see him throwing his arms about.
Too much emotion.
Like, too much. No, not emotion, bruv. Like too much blaming other players all the time. Like,
Don't think so. You don't see that as a good thing.
No.
If someone makes a mistake,
you're playing devil's advocate.
I am. But if someone makes a mistake, you call them out and you be like,
There's ways of doing it. He don't do it right. He strops.
Oh, come on, bro.
No, he strops.
Bro, why'd you make that run? You don't think that's encouraging?
No, he strops. Don't encourage. He strops. He strops.
What do you think, Jess? Do you think that's a good way to?
I've played football at loads of different levels for a long time, and that kind of player just annoys me personally.
It's stroppy, bro. It's stroppy.
Yeah, just get on with it. Like after the fact, cool. I've played a bad pass or whatever. Yeah, like doing all of this,
berating someone off.
It's just gonna annoy me.
Yeah, fully. And that's where, when Raheem's been captain, he's a bit calmer about it. And I don't know, man. It's a weird one. I still don't think City have perfected the captain yet.
Oh, no, you've done it as well. Jess, you've done it. Now, Daps, you've done it as well. Now you've rationalised Harry Maguire to me.
But I said it to you today. Maguire sometimes is the defender of people that get moaned at, which is a good thing in a way. I just want
to stick to my agenda.
But when you talk about Ollie being a good man manager, or is actually Maguire being a good player manager?
No.
Is Maguire doing a good job of keeping everyone happy on the pitch?
Oh gosh, this is a revelation to me.
I'm not a fan of Maguire though, at all. But anyway, right. So, are there any other ties that you're looking forward to from the
Champions League?
Champions League?
Yeah. There's one time looking forward to, yeah. And what's so funny is I was gonna post this online the other day randomly, yeah. And it is Liverpool versus Real Madrid, and I was gonna post a picture randomly, a Sergio Ramos appreciation post randomly, yeah.
Sergio Aguero gripping my man's arm.
And then the picture I found about a week ago was him pulling down Salah. I didn't post it, but now we're getting that game again. It would have been good last season when Liverpool were on fire, but the good thing is this season neither team is really impressing, so it should be entertaining.
You know why it's so good? Because both teams have been so bad, but like so bad. You need to throw some of Jay's stuff up, but
Jay's killing it.
Let him kill it. He let him kill it. But both of them have been so bad. But I doubt any of us would put that much money on them not winning another Champions League.
This is what Madrid do,
and it's what Liverpool do.
And look at the Liverpool fans saying revenge tour for Salah this time round.
Yeah, we'll see. But that game is looking tasty. I kind of think Chelsea Porto could be kind of tasty.
I think it could be tastier than Chelsea fans think.
Yeah. My guy, Jesus Manuel Corona, might have a thing or two to say. And they've got a centre forward called Morega, who's just a block. Like, imagine, like, if you just like have a starting lineup of like 10 players and then a brick wall playing up front.
Yeah,
so that's who Morega is.
Do you know what? Our City, hold tight, Sam, who manages our Feed the Goat, the City podcast. He said Porto are just shit houses. They're literally just the worst bastards you want to play. They'll die.
Do you know why? Do you know one of the big reasons for that? They got Pepe back.
Pepe.
Yeah.
Absolute bastard.
He's the godfather of shit houses.
Yeah, he is. He is one.
What else do we have? We got Man City.
PSG.
Dortmund PSG. Sorry, Bayern PSG, sorry.
Yeah.
I
That,
can't see
yeah,
Bayern win.
of course, yeah. That, but like the thing is, PSG, they just like they're like Floyd Mayweather. They just sell out box office. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you want to see it.
But where's Neymar at the moment? Is he back, or is he still injured, or what?
Fuck knows.
Yeah, because
It's
obviously
that time of year, isn't it? It's sisters thing.
it's that time. Listen, it's that time of year where Neymar gets injured like a little bit. But I'm sure he'll be back by the time they play each other. And Mbappe, he's having like a bit of a. It's like a tit for tat with Haaland. So Mbappe will do great. Haaland will do great, and Haaland's been immense this last round. And isn't it time for Mbappe to like really step up and be the world class player that he's supposed to be?
Hold on. Isn't it time for Mbappe to step up and be the world class player he's supposed to be? Kylian Mbappe, 22 years old, has got over 100 goals for PSG, won the World Cup with France. Is it time for him to step up and be world class?
Obviously, so let me drill it down a bit more. I think, is it time for him to step up on the Champions League stage? Then
Well, he got to the final last season. What more do you want him to do?
Yeah, no, they did, but then we saw what happened. But I think this season. So, okay, wait. So let me ask you straight off the bat then: who's winning the Champions League for you after you've considered all of the lineups, all the matchups that are happening? Who is winning the Champions League this season?
Bayern Munich.
Yeah,
I agree.
I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea win because of the permutations. But Bayern Munich for me, yeah.
Right, get ready to put a J comment up. In approximately 15 seconds, Jay's going to say something. I wish I had the confidence of Chelsea fans because
By the way, yeah, I don't like the way like Mbappe has to do so much for him to get any kind of plaudits. He had to score a hat-trick at the Camp Nou, yeah, for anyone to even talk about him, yeah. His goal contributions, yeah. If I ever let me even try and get this up here because like I don't think you guys understand what Mbappe brings to football. Oh shit, I can't even spell. I'm so angry I can't even spell right now.
Well, apparently, according to Thiago's father, Mbappe's going to be in Liverpool come September.
Apparently, Mbappe had a meeting with John Henry in his private jet.
and I swear he was in Wenger's house, or Wenger was at his house.
I don't want to hear no more stories about Wenger meeting young players.
Coulda, shoulda, wouldas.
So this season, in all competitions, Mbappe's played 35 games, 28 goals, 9 assists, yeah? I can't find all-time stats, but like what more has the guy got to do for people to just understand that he's the real deal?
The thing is, I think he's the real deal. It's just, like I said, so the reason I presented that question in the way that I presented it, I did it in comparison to Haaland, because that's what they do. People always want to compare people who are doing well.
You know what it is?
You don't always have to.
People but before I've said people underestimate brands. So I've spoke about Nike, Adidas, all them, and the power of them in transfer moves, right? People also underestimate the power of agents. So whatever's going on with Mbappe and Mbappe's deals, that's already dealt with. The brand is probably dealing with that.
Hold on, can I just say, sorry guys, I've got it up on my screen right now, yeah? So Mbappe has 141 appearances in Ligue 1, 98 goals, 41 assists. He's 22 years old, yeah? And he's nearly got 100 goals in Ligue 1. Am I reading this right? Am I reading appearances? Has he got 25 Champions League goals? That can't be right.
Who? Mbappe? Who?
Yeah.
Mbappe.
That's quite a lot, you know. I didn't thought he scored
the other day.
But Haaland's scoring nicely in the Champions League as well.
I agree.
Basically, in his career, he's got 222 appearances and 225 goals.
Do you know what it is?
Transfer market.
We spoke about before we came on air, yeah, while the Tottenham thing was playing, we were talking about young players that people want to put a lot of
pressure,
hype round, right? And people at the moment, say for example, people will talk about Foden, they'll talk about Mount, they'll talk about Declan Rice, they'll talk about Saka. To be fair, Saka's 19, so that's a bit different. But they're 20, 21, 22. Do you know who needs some respect? Wayne Rooney.
Oh, yeah.
At 18 years old, he was done in the thing. And it's kind of similar with Mbappe. That Mbappe, all of a sudden, because he's older, but he's still only 22. But just because he's been about for a while, he's not spoken about as much.
That's it.
But I think that's agents. The agent, you know, Haaland's got a sensational agent. He's a bastard, but he's a good agent.
Hold on. I've just seen a comment about Nike.
Yeah. Listen, right. James has been tweeting for about 9 months, right? About 6 months. That basically Mbappe is sponsored by Nike.
No, because I've got some information, by the way.
Oh, what exclusive?
Well, no, I mean it's out there. It's out there. Like, I thought it was common knowledge now, but obviously LeBron James and Mbappe did a cross collaboration. Yeah. You do know that LeBron James and his business partner are about to become holders in FSG.
Jess, stop, please, because you're just massaging Thiago's father's ego, bruv, because he's been screaming this all week. We've been telling him to calm down. He's been saying, I'm not saying anything while he's putting tweets out about it, saying, that's it. Our summer's going to be sensational. But to be fair, he did tell me this about 6-7 months ago. And I do kind of believe it because I still think the whole Pogba, Adidas, Stormzy.
Look at him. He feels vindicated now.
These sponsors have a lot of power. They do. They do. We know if we didn't have Etihad.
Exactly.
If you didn't have Emirates,
Pogba with Adidas, Stormzy. If
Tottenham didn't have talk about Rihanna Grande concert in 3 years. Oh no, it's Tyson, isn't it? Tyson Fury. Yeah. One day.
It's happening now.
One day.
One of these days.
But I'm not sure if Liverpool need Mbappe. I don't know if it's the right fit. Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Right to me. That does not look right to me at all. There's nothing about that move that looks. To be fair, I don't think Mbappe is going to happen to anyone but Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Zidane, Madrid being Madrid. He's done his time in France. It just.
Yeah, that's the only one that makes sense. Not Juve, not Man City.
Do you know the other one?
What United?
The other one that you lot will chase him from the commercial value, but he's not going to look at a team that you man are too washed, bro. Sorry. The other one that makes sense to me is Haaland. Bayern.
They're looking at him, and they might even be looking at him as soon as this next season. And if that is the case, that means he'll be playing with Lewandowski.
It just makes sense to me. All of us lot are being linked with him. His agent's definitely pushing up his value by linking him with Chelsea, linking him with City, linking him with United. But the one that makes sense to me is for Bayern to do the usual business Bayern do, get it done below the radars, and just him take over, take the baton from Lewandowski and keep going.
The Bayern one for me makes sense because they're in Germany already, so the lines of communication are already there. Don't know how true this is, but apparently he has said, I haven't seen it, I was told this, he has said that he will not play for Manchester United because of Roy Keane.
Thank you. I've been saying this forever, bruv. I've been saying this from day one. His dad got fucking crippled by your captain, bruv. Like, I'm sorry, but if my dad got crippled by someone's captain,
hold on.
I'm not going to play for them. Also, I go further. I would not go and fucking join the club down the road or down the bypass that robs cars for a living. I wouldn't go and join them.
Hold on. But Jess, you haven't seen it, right?
I haven't seen it, no.
Okay, cool. That's good.
Now, I agree with you. I think for me, Haaland, the only clubs in England he would consider is City or Chelsea.
So what you're saying is there's still a chance?
What, United?
Yeah.
Bruv, I think he bantered you lot. You see that whole signing of the shirt thing where you lot were close to signing him? He was bantering you, bro.
So what you're saying is there's still a chance?
No. Do you know what? Earlier on,
I can't see it happening.
What was it I typed in my phone earlier? I typed something like violence in my phone earlier, and it auto-corrected to Roy Keane. But now, I mean, right, Jess, if your dad had been crippled and put out the game by Manchester United's captain, would you join them?
No, I'm pretty sure he hates United.
But you haven't seen it, so you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying. Don't put words in my mouth. What I said was, yeah. Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. What I said was I hadn't seen it, but speaking from a human perspective, okay. If I was a young boy and my dad got seriously injured by this lunatic that plays for this team in red,
pause, and then screamed in his face.
Yeah. Later on in my life, I would not want to join that team.
It's not happening, man. I'm sorry. The guy's tight with his dad as well. It's not happening, bruv. Never. I couldn't disrespect Watford, and I speak to my dad once a year, but I could not disrespect Watford.
Isn't it
only because he supported them? Bruv.
Isn't it just a job? And we've got like
we've got Arsenal. We've got Arsenal fans. It's a job, but I'm not going to work with anyone that's disrespected my dad like that.
But we've got Arsenal fans who are playing for Spurs right now. You know
who?
What,
Kane?
Harry Kane.
Is he really like Kane? This is how mute. How's he a captain when he's this mute? Sorry.
Up the boys, you know.
We wanted to get really deep with you this episode, but we've spoke football.
So you know what that means? Number 3. You got booking number 3.
I did have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Dan is also referred to as
Walks.
Is it Walker?
As in what, the crisps?
You know, back in the day, Scorch used to have a bar about Walker. Is it Walker? Are him and Scorch like boys from back in the day, or?
I told you guys already. Like, I don't think that's the case. No.
I get the impression that you are not the biggest grime Scorcher era fan.
So yeah, I didn't know Scorch was even a musician like that. Really,
I got that impression from the first episode. Still,
yeah.
And from you told me earlier that I told you I was going to ask you this, that a couple of Blue songs you used to vibe to.
No, that's not what I said. I said the thing is, yeah, I don't know any Blue songs, but if I heard the song, I would say, "Oh, that's Blue." I can't.
All right.
All right. But you said
Oh,
Dane Bow. I actually had to ask him. I'll go, was he the main guy? And he was like, nah, it was Dane Bowers, bruv. And who was the other guy, the DJ?
Simon Webb.
Simon Webb, yeah.
I know that, yeah. Because
was he the third? Was the guy earlier the third guy?
No, he's the second. He's the second.
No, Simon Webb.
No, Simon was definitely number 3. Definitely. 1,000%.
What if there was a movie on Blue? He'd be the first to die.
Take it from a Blues. Take it from a Blue fan. Take it from a Blue fan.
But yeah, I got that vibe that you weren't overly
No, I'm not a grime fan like that.
What do you like
nowadays?
Do you know what I was telling my wife about how you hold? Because funnily enough, obviously, me and my wife have the same Amazon account, so. I just put my daughter to bed yesterday, came downstairs and she goes, "Who's Jess?" I go, "What?" And she goes, "Don't pause, who's Jess?" And I go, and then it clicked.
That's hilarious.
Then it clicked and I go, "Bottle of wine." She goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Remember the guy on the podcast that I told you about that was holding the glass of wine, really sophisticated?" She goes, "Oh yeah." I'm like, fucking hell, man.
Oh my god.
Women
Don't pause.
No, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
It's what happens when you share accounts with women. They're like thinking,
Yeah,
oh, who are you buying this Pokemon for?
yeah. A few weeks ago, I was don't know where I was, and I get an email saying that my Instagram account's been logged into. Yeah, and I saw you see the location. I'm like, it's my missus logged into my Instagram account. Okay, like, cool. Yeah, I didn't even know what to even say.
What's he saying? Laugh.
Bruh.
Right, your missus is James, do not act like your missus isn't moving like that. I was at your wedding. Your missus is moving like that. Everyone's missus is moving like
Hold
that.
to Ash, by the way, because this is the Arsenal fan that I was talking about, by the way.
What?
Not Harry Kane, about Doherty.
Doherty, yeah, oh yeah, he was. Doherty's washed though. Doherty's undercover Arsenal. He's gone in there to sabotage the whole thing, bruv.
Double agent.
Yeah. So yeah,
Back
this
to
is like,
music, yeah. At the moment, I don't like anything in particular.
Nothing.
No, I listen to music every day, but like, I can't say, oh, I'm a this fan or that fan. Growing up, I was into like a lot of rap music. But I'm talking about like I used to like. It sounds mad saying it now. I had older brothers, bear that in mind, okay? So I got one that's 4 years older than me, and I got one that's like 7 years older than me. And so I used to listen to like obviously Nas back in 2001. Used to listen to DMX. Used to listen to a guy called Cormega.
Yeah, cool, Mega.
cool, man.
Yeah. I used to listen to Let It Be. I was a big Papoose fan.
Yeah, of course.
Papoose.
Papoose became bitter and washed, but yeah, he was so cold on the mixtape thing still.
Yeah.
Do you remember his alphabet thing?
Papoose was cold. He couldn't make club music.
He couldn't make
I think a few months ago, about a year ago, I got proper into drill music only because my younger brother uses my Spotify account, yeah, and so it's there in it. So I'll be driving and it'll come up, yeah, and I'm telling you, drill music is the best driving music.
Listen,
best driving music.
So before lockdown, I was so anti-drill, right?
Negative.
Anti as hell, untalented, no ability, same old blah 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 blah.
That's harsh.
However, in the last year and a half, they've actually, and I think that was because then it wasn't about ability, it was just about talking smack, right?
I kicked a baby in his face.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, whoa.
In his face.
Them type of vibes,
and I knocked
right?
him out of his waist.
Then there started being people like Millions, Lowski, KO, H kinda,
sort of,
and they can rap. They do have some sort of ability. To be fair, ArmChair Gaffers, since Scorch has been out, Scorch is on drill.
See, you're telling me this, I wouldn't know.
No, it is. We play quite a bit. I'm a big Scorcher fan from before, and since he's got out, Scorch is very good on drill. Very, very good on drill. Very, very, very good on drill, to the point we had a debate around Christmas time that if it wasn't right, so Dutchavelli.
Do you know about that? Oh yeah,
right, that smile tells me you know everything. So Dutchavelli,
yeah.
washed, like, forget him. Right? But if it wasn't for Dutchavelli, that could have been Scorcher's lane. Because musically.
I know what you meant.
Like, because they're very, like, clear to hear, clear to understand. They're very, very, very similar. Scorch is better, though. Dutch has had to grow in it. Scorch has jumped on drill from the first song because he was a king of grime anyway that he's just gone through. So, but
I don't really pay attention. The only Scorcher songs I really know is when I was at uni, Lip Sync Ting was out, and that's the what I think about when I think of.
For me, the Scorcher song, there's two. There's I Just Can't Go On, which was when Merkston when Merkston went prison and all of them talking about that, and the other one was It was something about being on his motorbike during the summer. It was some sort of chick rhythm. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That from you day one, that you were like, when we spoke about Scorcher before, it seemed like it was very much a
Football.
guy that I've connected with.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with his music thing.
Yeah.
And I do want to ask Scorcher, when he comes on, his take on the whole football podcast thing and the number of views you get on the football podcast thing versus the music thing and the number of views you get on the music thing, because I think it's so interesting.
Very big gap.
Huge gap. But to become big in your market, it's not as big as it looks.
What do you mean?
So, like in music, to be considered one of the top, you're having to get like probably 800,000 in a week or something mental like that. To become quite big in the football podcast thing, it's a lot lower.
That is definitely true.
And what I wanted to get was his take on it, because although I'm a DJ, I have people that are involved in the production and I've always kind of looked at views and been like, oh, those views are really bad on music artists. But the music artists that I've looked at as really bad, when you compare that to the football thing, they're really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess the music appeals to a lot more people, and it's a lot shorter as well.
Shorter. Yeah.
Like, what, maybe 5 minutes max, if that. 4 minutes.
But it's more what I wanted to get from Scorch was the up there, how you feel about it up there.
I'm with you. Yeah.
So I'm going to ask. So obviously, we talk football. We talk like personal stuff. I'm going to ask some more generic questions just for now. So, in your group, ArmChair Gaffers, who's the chef? Who's chefing up? Who's the best cook?
Well, whenever I call Dan, not whenever I call Dan, there are times I call Dan, and he's I was like, sorry, I just got to do so and so, like kitchen wise. So I know he's active in the culinary department. I've never heard SB or Scorch talk about cooking anything.
Okay.
You need to listen to some of Scorch's tracks still.
What is he talking about?
Cook. I'm just saying that.
He's definitely talking about cooking up.
I am very good at cooking.
Very good.
Wow.
Okay.
You know what? The way you dropped that, because you spoke about everyone else first, and then you dropped, I'm very good.
So what's your speciality then? What's your go-to?
So for the last week, I've been trying to perfect the sweet and sour chicken.
Wow, sweet and sour.
Wow, that's mad, you know. That is crazy that you said that. And that I've got to give a lot of respect on that, because I think that means you've perfected what you should be cooking, right? So for me, for example, I've perfected beans on toast, right? And I'm now moved on, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah. So I'm trying
but the sweet and sour thing, because what was it we spoke about before? There's a guy in is South America? No, North America that does the stir thing. It's like a mix between Caribbean and a fish dish, and they have the huge thing full of, and they stir it, bruv. What's it called?
Fusion thing.
The fusion. Now we spoke about it before, bruv, where people are starting to fuse different cuisines together, right? There's a guy in Canada, bruv, or Canada or South America, that does a fusion of like the whole fish thing, and then the Chinese thing, and then the West Indian thing, all in one, bruv. Like,
okay.
And for you to be looking at the sweet and sour, I presume we spoke about this last time, because I remember we moved on to the drinks. You're from your heritage is
Tanzania.
So
that's
how have you moved on to so Tanzania? What is the cuisine from Tanzania?
Like, believe it or not, our food is like basically Indian food because of where we're situated in Africa.
Yeah.
The Indian Ocean. So there's a lot of Indian influence there. So that's what our food actually is. I didn't know until I was about 20. because
Right.
I didn't really buy Indian takeaways. And one day I've gone
Indian takeaways, you wouldn't find out about Tanzania cuisine.
No. I've
In
gone
England.
I've gone to an Indian place, sat down, looked at the menu, and I'm like, this is all stuff that my mum makes at home. I'm like, that's weird.
Wow.
That's when I realized, oh shit, my food and their food is very similar. Yeah, but
So sweet and sour from start, sweet and sour.
So what I do is just what I do to get the flavor first. I brown the chicken in the same pan. Okay. When you season the chicken, only two things you need is just salt and pepper. Okay. Make sure before you put it in the pan, you dry the chicken. Okay. You grate it so there's no moisture there. Dry it, salt and pepper, fry it, brown it on both sides. And then when you take it off the heat, put it in the oven on a low heat just to stay warm. Same pan, brown your onions, some sugar. Brown sugar is better.
Brown sugar, always brown sugar.
Yeah. Sweat down
Always
them
brown
onions,
sugar.
brown sugar.
Add some sesame oil, some rice wine vinegar, ketchup, stir.
Ketchup, you know.
Yeah.
No, I use ketchup, but not everyone does still.
Ketchup or tomato puree is.
Yeah, and then add the chickens back. Add a tiny bit of warm water. You get some more rice wine vinegar. Put the lid on. Let it chill. Done.
Bro, do you know what? Like, not only did you like certify your cooking experience by going through the method and stuff like that, and talking about substituting other ingredients and stuff like that. That really shows that you actually do cook. So you are certifying that you are.
Now I knew that
best.
from he started talking about other people, then came in with.
Guys, apparently my sound isn't good, guys. Hello.
Can you hear us?
What about
I can
now?
hear you.
Yeah,
Apparently,
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, because someone said that my sound isn't coming through very good.
it's coming through to us very well, and I think what we've got in here, what the monitor in here, is a good reflection of what's
I think so.
happening
I
outside.
hope so.
I hope so. Anyway, yeah, fingers crossed.
If it isn't, people comment.
Yeah.
Sure.
People who are listening, can you let us know if Jess is sounding Chris on your side, please?
Is that a comment?
Not yet. It will come through. It will come through. But no, seriously, that's the good thing. I think as we get older, as we start adulting and stuff like that, I think as
The
boys,
cooking one's
as
a
lads,
vibe, bruv.
yeah, as boys and lads, we all have like a competitive nature anyway. But then the cooking thing just comes
Yeah,
up
no, the
naturally.
cooking one's a vibe, bruv.
So it's very good to have some of them skills.
The key thing about cooking is the timing. So when you're making like I like to do like 3 dishes. So like I might have like a rice, like a main, and like a side dish. Yeah, it's about the timings, making sure everything gets
Look at
ready.
Look at that comment. Look at that comment. He's telling you he can hear you. He can hear you. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all about having everything ready at the same time. You don't want to cook your meats and then they're ready and they're just cooling down. While you do
100,
other stuff.
because then you start fucking up everything else. I cheat on the rice, though. I'll be honest.
Microwave.
What do you mean? What do you do? What?
Microwave.
Rice cooker?
Microwave. Nah, microwave. Microwave. I used to rice cooker. I microwave 100. How do you have your steak?
I like it like medium. Yeah, like medium. Like, I'm not too fussy. There's a thing. She likes it well done. There's a thing that we had one time. We was in Bath, and it's like steak that's been seared and then cut very thin. Like steak,
Blue.
but it's very thin cut of steak. I think like way too thin. And
Sorry to interrupt, Jess. See, now we've got conflicting arguments. See, look at this.
guys, on that note, I'm gonna have to go anyway because my bedtime was 35 minutes ago.
Hold on.
See how we see how
That was sensational, the bedtime thing.
Yeah.
I wish I had the power to do that, you know.
It's not power. I have to. 'Cause I've got to go to work in the morning.
Now, we are good to let you go because it's beginning to become a thing with you that this is just a chat.
Yeah,
that's how it should be. That's exactly how it should. I want to get to know. I want to get to know Jess as a person, as a man. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's how we've obviously we've had a couple of interactions now, and I think we build really good rapport. So it's good to get to know people. Do you know what I mean?
So 2 weeks time.
Not about 2 weeks. Yeah. Pencil in 2 weeks. Pencil in 2 weeks.
Oh, big time on us now. Yeah, okay.
No, not even that. I was just I was just so tired today. I know that in 2 weeks I'm taking a Saturday off, so it should be cool. I won't have to go to bed early.
Cool.
Yeah, so it should be fine.
But we'll catch up then.
We'll get it cracking.
No, like just move as if we're going ahead in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, two weeks. You should have your bottle of wine then. It's got a mad name, bruv, by the way.
No more, but I look forward to it.
But the reviews were good. Okay, so it's like some Beetlejuice blood.
I hope you didn't spend a lot of money in it.
No, it's nice.
Only a few £1,000. It's calm.
But
listen, if you spend over £5, we're gonna fall out.
no, I did still, but it's cool, bruv. It's cool. It had some good reviews. It was a reasonable price. It was a middle of the road thing. So enjoy that. Save a little bit for 2 weeks' time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Yeah, serious.
Hope you cooked some good food over the weekend.
Definitely, bro.
I'm
We'll
even
catch
looking
up
on
with you
social
in,
media now, like to look at evidence of like little dishes.
I don't post anything on social media. My personal social media is just me trying to be a troll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like this, I'm a wind up. So, but yeah, I might post.
Post a little something. I think half the eating is posting.
You know what I'm gonna start doing? I might actually, before I go, I might do a mukbang.
Oh yeah,
Mukbang.
Mukbang. Do you know what mukbang is?
no, what's a mukbang? Tell us.
I mean, just ask any of the guys in the chat. Do you guys know what mukbangs are?
Does anyone know what a mukbang is? Who knows?
Bruv, it sounds like a drive-through brass.
I don't know.
It does, doesn't it? No, they don't have those in England yet.
Yeah.
Yes, a mukbang is a when you go on YouTube, you see people like oh, they say they can't hear me. Let me use this.
Yeah, that's mad, you know, because I can hear you, Chris, and we're listening like normal.
Through one, yeah.
StreamYard, fix up, look sharp.
It does need to fix up, look sharp. I don't know. So yeah, we need to find out what a mukbang is.
A mukbang. I reckon he's now you've gone mad.
It's on. Yeah.
You're on mute. You're on mute, Jess.
There we go.
There we go.
Cool. So, yeah,
that would have been a tedious leak for 2 weeks' time.
Eat some food, and you call yourself eating it and stream it.
That's a mukbang. Okay.
That's a mukbang.
You did that perfectly because I didn't understand a word of that, bruv. But on that note, this is ChewTheFat. I've been Daps. That's been G. That's been Jess, Continental Jess, ArmChair Gaffers.
That's right.
2 weeks' time.
And guys, make sure, those of you who already don't, make sure you check out my show, ArmChair Gaffers. If you like Premier League football, check us out. If you like European football, check us out. If you like football talk, check us out. That's ArmChair Gaffers on YouTube and on Twitter and Instagram at AC Gaffers.
And I'm going to get you on 3 in midfield because you'd suit it massively.
Definite thing. Definitely.
Say no more.
Thank you for joining us, people.
That's
Thank
right.
you for having me, guys.
Bro, have a good evening. It's actually been so good. So yeah, we'll see you soon.
Take care. Peace out.
Take care, buff.
Cool.